better start them fucking for crime. If I hit police, I hit the back door. I don't even look at the blind. The shit to the back door, I'ma shoot that beat 9 times. High as fuck. With that Glock on my way, nigga, I'm on Sky 9. I swear to God, if it told my brother, then I'ma lose my damn mind. Nigga gotta roll it, tell that shit right off it ring. Nigga ain't take no damn time. Ball take with more, nigga can't stand for free fuck. Nigga gotta pay that fine. Bitch try to back door, then try to fuck that pie, man, shoot this shit, that's fine.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and happy March, man. It's been a minute, yes sir. As you may know, you guys, man, I've been busy working, you know what I'm saying, non-stop. So I'm here, I'm back, you know what I'm saying, I miss you guys, you know what I'm saying. So in the case, bars. So today for you guys, I'm going to react to Creed 3 review by IGN. I cannot wait to see this movie in IMAX tomorrow, man. This is like most important to see this movie in IMAX because Michael B. Jordan did like a film for IMAX. So I'm interested to see that. So we better go ahead and check that bit out. Before I get to the video, make sure you guys subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that case. But without further ado, man, let's get it.
The Creed wing of the Rocky franchise has always been about legacy. Adonis Creed's journey has been one of stepping out from shadows cast by previous generations. With Creed 3, though, Michael B. Jordan cast a shadow all of his own in his directorial debut, slipping into the director's chair with the confidence of a heavyweight champ stepping into the ring. This movie sets us up with everything we've come to expect from the series and knocks us out with an exciting new direction. I'm Clint Gage, and this is my review of Creed 3. Promise I won't make any more boxing puns.
The one and only Adonis Creed, you're the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. 3 years ago, it's been a minute since you've been out in these streets.
And one of the difficulties facing Creed 3 from the jump was how to make another entry into the series feel necessary. I think this is the 9th film across 50 years for the Rocky Creediverse. Now, how do you add to a legacy like that? And the answer is, as it turns out, to fully commit to the rebranding of the series around a new character that started in 2015's Creed. If these films had been about passing the torch, the third one finds both Michael B. Jordan and his character taking that torch and running with it. The Creeds 1 and 2 were very much Donnie's movies, but they dealt with old events from the Rocky franchise, so it was still kind of a shared story. Creed 3 is Donnie's very own thing. Now, it opens on a flashback to Donnie's childhood and his friendship with Dame Anderson, a young boxing phenom that's more like a brother to Adonis. It's a cold open that effectively sets the emotional stakes for the rest of its 2-hour run. When we catch up to Adonis in present day, it's in his last professional match before retirement. Shortly after that, Jonathan Majors, as a grown-up Dame, returns to his life unexpectedly, bringing with him a reminder of past trauma and upending the comfortable place Adonis has carved out for himself.
You don't remember me, huh?
And if anybody here is a Rocky fan, that should sound as familiar as a boxer working the speed bag. Structurally, Creed 3 doesn't do much to break that mold, but it doesn't necessarily need to. Now, there's actually a scene in the movie in one of the training montages where Wood Harris's Duke is running through some of Adonis's injuries, and it's like, you broke all these bones in your hand, and here's all the concussions you've had, and your shoulder doesn't work anymore. And then he says, we're gonna turn your weaknesses into strengths. And that, to me, is exactly what Michael B. Jordan did with this movie. His understanding of the formula that's brought enduring success to the franchise is actually one of the film's biggest strengths. To truly bring something fresh to the 8th sequel in a franchise, you have to get what works about it in the first place in order to effectively layer something new on top. Like, you have to know the rules before you can break them. So yes, of course that means there are some great training montages set to an energizing soundtrack, but it also means we get to see the franchise evolve a little in ways that feel organic to everything we know and love about it. It's a savvy choice for a directorial debut because, on top of an established formula that he can build around, Creed is a character in a world that he's obviously intimately familiar with, and it shows on screen.
When I walked away from boxing, I walked away with some unfinished business.
The characters around Donnie are all effective foils for his struggles, but they're also not limited to that role. Each of them is given their own agency in serving the story being told. Tessa Thompson's Bianca, for example, is there to challenge him, but she's also portrayed as somebody dealing with similar issues in a much healthier and productive way. Phylicia Rashad's Marianne makes mistakes, but has her reasons for it and owns her responsibility for them, which is a whole other part of Donnie's journey here. Jonathan Majors as Dame Anderson, though, presents the biggest challenge and the most fascinating addition to the Creedverse yet.
I know I've been away a long time, but I kept myself in shape. I still got gas in the tank.
Come by the gym.
To start with, Majors continues his streak of being the most interesting person on screen no matter what he's in.
I'm coming for it all.
Now, the chemistry between him and Jordan, made of old bonds and old pain, is the backbone of Creed 3. It's also notable that he doesn't feel like a pseudo-retcon in a Drago Had a Son 2 sort of way. Dame is the part of Donnie's life that he won't talk about. He's the past Donnie must deal with to have a future. The character flaw that's preventing him from being able to fully accept the new phase of his life.
I need you to let go of your fear. Let go of the guilt. Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
Now, the resolution of their story by the end doesn't seem like quite the punch Creed 3 was hoping to land, but Major's ability to alternate between a well-intentioned old friend and insidious new rival makes Dame one of the most original antagonists in the entire franchise. And that's why it feels like Creed 3 is finally fully passing the torch. Where the first two films were about finding your place in relation to other men's legacies, here, Donnie is presented with questions from his own past that need answering, with none of them having anything to do with his father or with Rocky Balboa. And while there may be some noise made about Sylvester Stallone's absence here, Creed 3 does not suffer for it. This movie does not need Rocky. In fact, it's because of his absence that Jordan is free to add his most interesting flair. Of course, a crucial part of the franchise has always been the fight choreography. Now, how the camera interacts with the fighting has changed over the years. It's gone from sort of a simulation of how it looks on TV to being in the ring, tied to the fighters with the Steadicam. But at the end of the day, what is a boxing movie without the rad punching? And for Rocky and Creed, the fight scenes, the memorable ones anyway, work on a few levels. They're brutal and exciting to watch, as well as thematically meaningful to the characters and the story. This is Rocky proving that he can take a beating and keep going in his first fight against Apollo Creed. This is Donnie proving that he wasn't a mistake in getting up out of the corner for that last round in his first Creed film. And I'll even throw in that Rocky versus Thunderlips fight from Rocky 3 as being multi-layered, because that was a fight that was all about how maybe he wasn't a legitimate fighter anymore. And that's what that entire movie was about, right? That was Rocky 3? Anyway, without Rocky whispering lessons into Donnie's ear between rounds, explicitly telling us, the audience, what is at stake emotionally, Jordan renders the fight scenes and their themes with fantastical visuals instead. The climactic match between Donnie and Dame is built on a lifetime of pent-up feelings, anger, and guilt, and the sense that what needs settling is between the two of them and nobody else. Visually, Jordan takes us there in a way the franchise has never even come close to. And he may get docked some points for overreaching, not by me though, because the one thing you can't say about Creed 3 is that he pulled any punches with his portrayal of the final fight. He said that he took inspiration from his love of anime in designing some of these sequences, and it really is a wholly new energy for the Rocky Creed series. But however you come down on the new visual style, at minimum, it makes total sense with the characters and story, and that new energy that's folded in on top of a very familiar structure sets it apart from the 8 movies that came before it. And a franchise that's famous for sequels you didn't expect, the good news and bad with Creed 3 is that it could be a satisfying conclusion to Donnie's story. It could also be the third of what might become 5 or 6 films that start to run together after a while. Which one was the Hulk Hogan one? Was that 3? Was I right about that earlier? It was Rocky 3?
Is Daddy having fun? Of course.
Where Creed 3 should remain memorable, though, is the turning point it represents for Michael B. Jordan and Adonis Creed alike.
You're out there boxing. I need you to start fighting.
So I'm giving Creed 3 an 8. It's a confident directorial debut from star Michael B. Jordan that shows he's already achieved a mastery of the formula that's brought the series so much success. An engrossing new visual dynamic to the fight scenes and a fantastic antagonist in Jonathan Majors' Dame Anderson, elevated in the legacy of a franchise that is no stranger to middling sequels. While it may not stray too far from the very familiar format of a Rocky movie, seeing Creed truly begin a legacy of his own apart from Rocky Balboa is an exciting chapter for the series. For more movie reviews, check out what we thought of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and Winnie the Pooh: Blood and Honey. For everything else, including no more boxing puns from me, subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.
So they gave it an 8 out of 10, huh? Well, that's his own opinion though, but like I said, I enjoyed both Creed 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? Look for the third one, man. Because I heard this movie is going to be 1 hour and 57 minutes long. So I thought it's going to be like 2 hours. So, but hey, just a runtime, you know what I'm saying? So, man, tomorrow, man, cannot wait to see this movie in IMAX, bro. Because, like Michael B. Jordan, like, mentioned about, you know, he did like a, you know, like a film for IMAX cameras and stuff. That's the reason why I want to go see that in IMAX. Or like, just like, you know, in what, Marvel movies and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? With the IMAX camera. So, like, cause I love IMAX, you know what I'm saying? So, every good movies I go see, I go see in IMAX though. You know, sometimes in XD though too. So, but yeah, I'm ready. Then I'm gonna do a movie review for you guys tomorrow right after the movie. So yeah, man, that's it for the video for you guys. Make sure you guys follow me on social media, and I'll see you guys later. You guys be safe out there. Happy March, man. God bless you all. See you guys later.
I ain't never stole a line. Man, they glock for the mad. Boy, you better start him fucking for crime. If I hit police, I hit